Hey guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, back with some more of RimWorld, back with our little Sanguophage vampire cult, where last time we cracked open the ancient evil, despite protestations from my own brain, and it actually went surprisingly well. It went way better than I thought it would. The demons we were able to take care of pretty efficiently, and then, of course, obviously opened up all the crypto sleep caskets, which made everyone inside extremely annoyed, but then we shot them in the face and everything was fine. Everything's not totally fine. Scathed's down. Scathed's taken a few minor gunshots to everywhere, basically, but Scathe will get over it over time. I think the more interesting news is Kirk. Kirk was one of the crypto sleep victims, snoozers, nappers. I don't know, but Kirk was alive, and we put Kirk in prison here, and Kirk's pretty good. He's got a lot of good skills here. He's older. He's 75. So, like your health conditions, yeah, you have dementia and you're frail and you have a bad back. So that's going to work against you, Kirk. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be a blow when you don't know what's going on and you can't do anything anyway. But your skills are exceptionally good. So we're going to work on converting you into believing that drinking blood is awesome and vampires are our overlords, etc., etc. And of course, the best news of all is Scimitar Cat. I bought a giant kitty. Giant danger kitty. I love her. She's the best thing. If you have donated a name for, or rather suggested a name in the comments for our Scimitar Cat, first of all, thank you. Please keep the comments coming in. Engagement is everything. However, you're going to have to address those to future Dave. I haven't seen those comments yet. I'm recording a few things in advance in preparation for a kind of mini vacation Mrs. Dave and I are going to take, so I'll be away for a few days and I'm recording videos in advance. So, long story short, I haven't seen the comments yet, but I will get caught up when I get back. Let's get everything going on. Unfortunately, after doing all that with the Ancient Evil, it didn't really provide what I needed, which was advanced components. Or indeed, I'll take anything at this point. I have no components, period. I have one advanced component and nothing else. So didn't really get what I want out of all of that, but it was still worth doing it. If nothing else, it's opened up a huge new area that we could potentially start doing hydroponics in, which is my idea. In fact, let's get this thing out of here, deconstruct all of that. Oh, and by the way, let's make sure we own everything in here, so we auto repair anything if we need to. So we own all of that. That all belongs to us now. They've even got some handy dandy corridors out here I could punch out into. This was a great space. I like this a lot. Somebody's got to get this guy to the charger at this point. Where's the charger? It's around here somewhere. Yeah, okay, it's Occupado. I'd love to put another one up, but I don't have the components to do it. So kind of irrelevant at this point. Saber Kitty. Excuse me, Scimitar Kitty. I'm just going to call you Saber Kitty. Maybe I'll name you Saber. I'll have to see what the comments are like when I get back from my mini vacation. Scimitar Kitty. Giant kitty just needs a giant head rub. Also, we should clean the place up because it's a complete pit around here. Yeah, you guys are popping by. You just sort of pop by for no readily explicable reason. Are you part of this group? Oh, you are part of this group. I thought you were just visitors, separate from this group. Yeah, these guys, well, this is where I bought my Scimitar Cat from, but they didn't have much else that I really wanted. Okay, apart from waiting for Scathe to wake up and get back to work here, big thing, Lisa, good, working on stone blocks. That's what I want. I want to get the church put together because people are wicked sad that we don't have a church. They're getting all bummed out about this. So we want to worship blood drinkers. Why have we not worshipped blood drinkers? What are the pods? Did I order something? Is this space Amazon? What's going on here? Oh, it's from the refugees. Oh, neat. Yeah, when they say they're going to reward you in the future, they ain't playing around. They send good gifts. So 12 days ago, we helped Pat, apparently. And he's gotten back on his feet, and he sent us a skill trainer for intellectual and 500 gold. 500 gold. It's the refugee quests, even with the potential for betrayal, are so worth it. Those are really good gifts. Okay, so come over here. Slam it into pause mode. Put the 5 gold aside. Scathe would be the obvious contender for intellectual because Scathe does all of our research. But what's your intellectual now? It's 16. What are we going to get out of this? 3 or 4 points. You're not going to be much smarter than you already are. Who might be like the second highest? See, Mila If I gave that to you, that would be a nice, good boost for you. Whitehead's pretty intellectual. Lisa's chained to the crafting table. And Reed, I could give it to Reed. 15, start boosting his skills up. Wow, I've made you a good miner just by forcing you to do mining. How about McDowell? Yeah, McDowell doesn't do any of that. Doesn't even care. Doesn't care at all. Kaylina, not so much, and Voltstron, maybe. I'm kind of torn between Reed, just to start get that moving in a positive direction, or Mila. Mila does so many other things, though. Is she really ever going to do research? Probably not. I know this doesn't seem to make sense, but I'm going to give it to Reed, just to kind of round his skills out a little bit here. So use that skill trainer when you get over there, kid. 500 gold. That is so good. So good. Undignified bedroom. Yeah, we're going to chop down trees so we can get the braziers lit. Don't worry, kid. It's all going to start to come together here. So I need any components. And the comments is already saying, well, fabrication, you can make your own components. Yeah, we're a real long way off for that. We're figuring out how fish work right now. I haven't even done microelectronics, although we are passively learning it. We have a book for that. So that points that we've got there, we did that with nothing, really. We just did that by reading a book. And then the multi-analyzer, and then fabrication to make regular components, and then advanced fabrication to make advanced components. That's a very, very, very long way off. So there you go. 4 points of intellectual for Reed. He's up to level 6. I could have that kid. You know what? I'm going to, in case Scathe is off duty, so to speak, I'm going to put you on to sort of backup research. Why don't you be number 2 on research, kid? Why don't you be number 2 on that? All right, so back to my idea of hydroponics that doesn't exist, because, again, I don't have the materials to do it. But here, or here in the old demon prison. I suppose I should just keep that for any demons we might have to deal with at some point. How are we doing on the stone blocks here? We got 207 of marble. That'll probably almost do what I need it to do in there. And by the way, can we get maybe all of these things out of here at some point? Where is, I want to deal with this thing. So you, what are you up to? 73%? Okay, go get off the charger. And then, Kaylina, you're my mechanator. But Mila, could you just carry this thing to the charger, please? It is our Sweetie Bot. It's our Roomba. We do need to get some of the blood off the floor would be nice. There's one component down here. We did manage to snag one component out of all those things that we did. And we've got that, the Who's What's it here, the tech print for specialized limbs. That was another good reward out of clearing out the ancient evil. All right, now I think we're just sort of bumbling along a little bit, hoping that a trader pops by who has all sorts of yummy components to sell. Thing is, I don't have a ton of money, and I don't have a ton to sell. I did just acquire 500 gold, though. I almost never sell gold because there's way better things you can be doing with gold than selling it, but an extra 500 that I didn't have before and won't miss again, that ain't nothing. I won't trade with these guys. All they've got is another scimitar kitty. And that's great, but then I'd have 2 females, which doesn't really... If I'm going to have scimitar kitties, I'm going to have a scimitar kitty farm, is what I'm going to do. And Mila, I did put you on number 1 animals, right? Oh, no, Whitehead. No, I think I'd like... He is... Wow, Whitehead really is the best at it. I kind of want the kitty to bond to Mila. Whitehead's good, too. You know what? That's fine. Leave it as is. Just so long as somebody is feeding the kitty. Speaking of which, we've got a bunch of things going on in here. We've got demons to chop up, we've got people to chop up, and we've got this mega sloth up here to chop up. So we don't have a lot of food now, but the potential for food is quite high. We've got a lot of embryonic food, if you will. I suppose that would actually be an egg, wouldn't it? That'd be embryonic food. Could somebody just fuel... Actually, I'm going to say, could somebody fuel this? Why turn the lights on in a spaceship we're not actually using yet? We could fly right out of here right now. But I'm not burning this map. I'm not making this map go away. I put far too much into this base, and that's not really where I see Mila anyway. I see a vampire cult as being more raider-like. Pop in, steal a bunch of stuff, pop away again, that kind of thing. I don't think we're living in our spaceship, per se. And what do we got going on down here? We've got the, what are we gestating? Oh, the lifter. Oh, yeah, that'll be really handy. Yeah, we're definitely going to want one of those things. Oh, Whitehead's over here with the scimitar kitty. Totally failed to train her. I would imagine so. If I were a scimitar kitty, I'd be very steel-willed. Who's getting married? Oh, Voltron and Whitehead. Oh, that's adorable. We should have like a spot for that. Let's put that in the throne room. You guys can get married in the throne room. So we could have a marriage spot like right. That doesn't really line up properly. Neither does that. Oh no, it's all off center. Okay, you're gonna have to be slightly off center to the throne, but it'll be fine. It'll be a nice little spot to have a wedding. Okay, have we? Yeah, we've already. Wow, we already chopped down those trees. Holy moly, people ain't playing around out here. And while we're here, why don't we just get those two wild healed roots? Get those going on. Okay, now what? Just kind of, and the dark figure, remind me again, is that a statue or is that something we put on the floor? It's an ideogram. Okay, so we put that on the floor. Let's start to get this going. I'd really like to get the church kind of under control. Start with a just a regular wooden column to line up with these ones. And this thing, can we just deconstruct that, please? Just get that out of there. I'm not digging that. It's not singing to me. And then start to put up some more braziers. I think that would be a good thing. So the dark light brazier, you can do that out of steel. We should have enough steel on the map. We may not have it in storage, but we've got it around there somewhere. And then how about some marble tiles? I might not have enough to do this. No, not quite, but we'll kind of pick at it as we go along. And then what is the thing you want? Do you want the, again, remind me, the dark figure. Okay, the dark figure. So ideology, ideogram, dark figure, making that out of steel, apparently. Can we put that, say, like this? Yes. Yeah, that kind of works. I'm kind of okay with that. A lore keeper from the Brio people is passing by named Purple Gaka. Well, that's fun. That's the most fun sentence I've said today. And I've been up since 6. Oh, the Sweepy Bot's back up and about. Thank goodness we're getting some of the blood out of here. Guys, so we want to maybe gradually pick up all the gold that just seems to be littered around the place. Wow. So much gold. I have so much gold. And Scathe, you're back up. Cool. Could you go do this tech print? Apply that tech print, please. That'll be a little boost to your intellect as well. And we got some good weapons out of this. This was... Opening the Ancient Evil was the best, worst idea I've had in a while. We've applied the tech print, so at some point in time we could learn specialized limbs. Meadle is cooking up some human flesh, which is very, very exciting for everyone who's into that. Unfortunately, not everyone is. Reed, I'm looking in your direction. Reed, how sad are you these days about everything? We've butchered humans? Yeah. Yeah, we totally did. Innocent animal killed. It went through our trap corridor, kid. That's not on me. Okay? I can't help it that the animal didn't see the trap. All right? You don't have any scars. I tell you what, you stick around, kid. You will. You will have scars. I assure you of that. That will happen momentarily. Growing Stone, we're doing Heal Root. Yeah, we're not really going to... I don't think we need to sow any of these anymore. Yeah, we're into winter. Let's not bother... Let's not sow anything. All right? We'll try to work on some hydroponics if we get any components, but let's just not even bother with that. I don't suppose there's any spaceship chunks around that I could deconstruct. Those are often pretty good for components. I don't immediately see any, and I could search for them, but I probably won't. I mean, it's me. You know I'm not going to do that. Oh, there's some components down here. Guys. Whitehead, what are you doing right now? You're building a tile. No, come down and get all... You never do hauling. I know that about you, Whitehead, and I never, ever remember. Go haul all of those components. Did I do that anywhere else? And we're just leaving components sitting around. No, but there's some more... Oh, wow, there's a ton over here. Guys, we're really not... We're not up on hauling things, are we? Oh, wow, that was really good timing. Okay, so my lifter's done. Kaylina, could you actually wake up and go do this? Just get that thing out of there. Because I really need that. So yeah, get that out of there. And then, let's see, mechs. Make sure you're all on auto repair, by the way. And then lifter, yeah, you just go wherever, kid. Wherever you need to go. All right, you'll be fine. Okay, well, that was good timing. That'll take the strain off of people having to haul things around. Speaking of which, I want to make sure that we get... McDowell, what are you doing? Are you going over here? You're gonna mine. Okay. Hey, when you're done, could you maybe haul all of these back? Just pick them up and put them in your hands. That's all I need you to do. You do hauling, right? Yeah, you don't do a lot, but you will definitely do hauling. Do I have you... Hang on, McDowell. Do I have you on a night owl schedule? I do not. Sorry, dude. So 11 to 18 for you. And I should also get anyone else who believes in this stuff, because they don't like the bright light. They don't like the bright lights. So how about Kalina and Voltstron? Yeah, sorry guys, you believe in our nonsense. So you want to be not exposed to a lot of bright light. You're undergrounders. Okay, that should help a bit, I think. McDowell, I'm just gonna hang out with you here, kid, and make sure no, and make sure that you haul all of these back. Okay, because we need all of those, man. Okay, we got 8, and now we got a bunch more coming in. And that could be some hydroponics right there. Any other little pockets that I've completely ignored? And by the way, let's start mining out this steel vein. That'll be a good thing to do. We're going to need lots and lots of steel for everything. There's a big old chunk up here. That'll be good. I'm really looking for components more than anything. Any sign of any... There's more gold we finally... Yeah, there's more up here. Okay, more components up here. McDowell, what are you up to? You're going to take a snack, and then you're off to do steel. Could you haul those first, please? And then, oh, there we go. Nice big chunk over here. That's what I want to see. Okay, well, we're up to 20 components already, and that's not even counting the ones that are coming in shortly. Now, I put power up here already, so let's get a sun lamp to live. This is not going to be perfect, but if I took this down, let's take down this sandstone wall like that, and then I can kind of put the thing in the middle and it'll be pretty good. Perhaps not ideal, but pretty good. So put that, yeah, once that sandstone wall is down, everything else will be fine. So put that in there at some point, and we can start to get some hydroponics going. I don't want to blow all of my components on that, but I'm certainly going to blow more than a few of them on that. 500 gold. 500 gold from those people. Tons of human meat. We are just, as they say, living large around here. Living large. Mila's going to work on Kirk for a little bit, convince him that vampire overlords are awesome, and so is drinking blood. It's not going spectacularly well. 59 down to 53. Whitehead, you're asleep now. When you get up, I'm probably going to have you do a convert on Kirk, just to kind of jumpstart that. Okay, things are happening down here. Things are happening. I noticed they relit all of the braziers, which is great. The Constructo bot's coming in to do some things, and hopefully Lisa is working on more marble blocks. Yeah, marble chunk. Let's make sure we prioritize marble, by the way. So why don't we just make, I don't know, like 20 marble blocks. Make sure I've got enough for the floors. And then after that, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Scathe has almost figured out how fish work, which is good, because we've got a good little fishing spot right here, right down by the swans. We've never really worked on taming this swan, have we? Just let it go, kid. Just let it go. It's fine. Speaking of things to murder, oh yeah, alpacas, those are going to have to die. Sorry, Reed, but you know, that's how you're eating. I just want you to know that, yeah, wow, Reed's already angry. Reed is all, yes, we butchered humans, yes. We've done that a lot. Okay, you've eaten many of them. Just suck it up, kid. It's how you're staying alive. Voltstron is cooking up even more as we speak. Number of meals is going way up, too. That is awesome. Recharger is full. Okay, who's not really doing anything important right now? You're cooking. Kalina is hauling blocks. McDowell, you're hunting. That's good. Reed, you know what? Seeing as you're so whiny about things, go get the toxic waste out of there. Gravcore detected in a frozen terraformer. The energy signature of a Gravcore, powering up a malfunctioning ancient terraformer, and it's been marked on the map. It's cooling the local region to dangerously low temperatures. Cold weather and a long stay. Ooh, okay. Well, probably we're not going there anytime soon, but just in case we did, where would that be? It's probably 1 million. Wow. Wow, that's wicked far away. Where are we? Okay, we're over here. We can only jump at this point like what, 25 tiles at a time? I think maybe, yeah, I think 25 tiles at a time. That would take us so many jumps to get over there. Where is the closest one, by the way? I kind of like to keep that in mind. Probably over here in the forest, the Bomar Forest. That we could get to relatively quickly. How much? Because it's 10 chem fuel per tile. And I would have... Okay, so I could do 50 tiles, because I'm going to have 500 chem fuel in here at some point. Speaking of which, let's make sure we keep making that. So get maybe a few more bills for this going. I don't know, like 3 or 4 of those. And make sure we're chopping down trees to accomplish that. We are. Oh, we have so much wood. Yeah, no, never mind. Forget it. We have so much wood up there. Not even sweating that right now. How's the church? Looking surprisingly good, actually. Surprisingly good. Where are we at on our dark figure here? 89 left on that. Great, that's going to come together very, very soon. They're all going to be bummed out because there's all these chunks in there and they're not going to like it. What else could I be putting in here? So, how about maybe some pews, an altar? Okay. That we could have Shrine of the Beast. No. No, I know we're having a dark figure. Thank you very much. How about a wooden lectern? Could go like that. Okay, and then maybe a couple of pews. Wait, do we like pews or kneeling on pillows? Because I kind of forget. So we like, what is our seat? We like pillows. Okay. Do I have any cotton? I have a small degree of it. So we like to kneel on pillows. That's 80 cotton a piece? Dang, do I have anything else? I've got human leather. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, absolutely. Human leather. We're going to kneel on human skin. And that's how we're going to do our thing here. So, I don't know, like one there and one there. I assume that can accommodate more than one person. I mean, they're very big pillows. They're really like body pillows. They're like 2 body pillows. Just giant pillows. Hey, our thing's done. Our ideogram is done. Are people happier? Well, they're not sad anymore. They're not sad anymore. And on this, I could do a whole conversion ritual, which I think I'm going to do when they get these things in place and get the braziers going and that kind of thing. I think we're going to work on Reed a little bit. So, Kirk, we're going to leave you as is, because if I do convert on you, there's going to be a cooldown before we can do the ritual in the church. Alpacas are coming in, getting promptly murdered and butchered. This is all a super time. It's a very, very exciting time around here. What I was thinking is maybe get another geothermal so I could get off of the wind turbines. But now that I'm looking at that I can start doing my hydroponics. That can be a huge drain on power. So putting in another geothermal would be a wonderful idea. Where off the top of my head do I maybe see the next closest oh, we've done fishing. Excellent. I'll be right back to that. Go back to television because we started it, and I want a TV in the spaceship. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Yeah, microelectronics, meh. Fabrication, meh. I want a TV in the spaceship, so we're gonna have that. I'll have another look for the geothermal. There's one right there. I could probably tap into that, especially if I kind of go out the back door here. I could definitely tap into that. Let's begin the concept of getting some hydroponics put together here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. All right, and then that. That's my start. I'm not going to be able to do all of them at once. I simply don't have the materials for it. Well, not the components for it anyway. And then before we blow all of our components, I'm going to start to put together another geothermal thing. So that is, I think, 8. Yeah, 8 and 340 on the steel. The steel will come together. We have lots of things being mined out. Not a problem. What have I got for stone blocks? I've got a degree of sandstone. So I'm going to do sandstone walls around here. This is just to keep the raiders out. If they don't find anything to do, they do often target power generators. I've had more than a few wind turbines destroyed. And let's do a sandstone door. There will be people saying don't roof this because it gets very, very, very hot in here and things will explode. I'm jinxing myself, but I've literally never had that happen. I just put the roof on and wall the whole thing off. It's never happened to me. This has never exploded. Again, I'm sure I've just jinxed myself, but there it is. I'm going to keep doing that. This will be the one time that it does. Let's do, I'm just going to do a regular conduit for this. And we'll probably come out here-ish. So bring power all the way down there and then all the way in there. And then we'll work on connecting A to B at some point. In fact, why don't we just kind of get that plan going? Is this a wall? It is a wall. Okay, so deconstruct that and then mine through there like that. Be kind of, again, like a little back door out of the base. All right, what do we want? For right now, just you can keep going with the rice. We'll vary this up a little bit. In fact, just for having it, I just want one of these to be psychoid. Two of these to be psychoid. Just to have that continually coming in. Not very much, to be sure, but it'll continually come in. And that way we can keep making narcotics, which is, of course, your path to profit. Do we have anything along those lines? Yeah, we do. We just don't have any psychoid. That's fair. I haven't really actively tried to create it. Okay. What is next on my list here? The throne room is back up and running in Darklight. This is back up and running in Darklight. So I'm really just waiting. Yeah, you know what? I know Reed's asleep, and this is going to be a huge shock to him, but we're going to rip a 15-year-old kid out of bed, throw him on a blood altar, and really try to convince him that vampires are awesome. He's 15. This shouldn't take much. They're all into vampires at that age. So, Reed, big surprise, but could you wake up? No, not Scathe. I'll get to Scathe. Don't worry about that. I'm talking Reed here. All right, Reed. So 58% quality. Not that good. Got a few more people in here. That would be pretty good. So go ahead and give it a shot. Yeah, Reed, rip the kid out of bed. Throw him on an altar. This is a terrifying evening for this small child. And then tell him that vampires are really awesome and you should obey them at all costs and potentially let them suck your blood. And P.S., by the way, eating people is okay. You don't have to do it, but you're not going to judge people who do. And if you happen to do it, you're not going to get bummed out about it. The pillows are working out great. Everyone is kneeling on human leather right now. Human skin. That's what we've made our little throw pillows out of. I love this game. An effective conversion ritual, you say. Okay, so everyone participating gets a positive mood boost. That's good. 58%. Okay. How did that kind of shake out in terms of the Reedmeister here? So what do you believe in now? You still believe in this neo-beastism nonsense, but slightly less than you used to. Thanks. Wow, you hate Mila. Mila's in fact your rival. Wow, or Kaylina Voltstron. You don't like any of these people. You like Scathe, but everybody likes Scathe. Scathe is stunningly beautiful. Scrooge McDowell. Wait, did I know your first name was Scrooge? Hang on. Did I know that about you? Really? Your name is Scrooge McDowell? Do you know how hard it is not to call you Scrooge McDuck? How am I expected not to call you Scrooge McDuck? McDowell? McDuck? Why did I not know your name was Scrooge? That's fantastic. I love everything that you're doing. Everything that you're doing is very exciting. We're feeding the kitty, right? We are feeding the kitty? Yes, we are definitely feeding the kitty. We got all sorts of meat for the kitty. And it can eat the twisted meat. It won't care about that. The demon meat. That's fine. Let's keep the murders going. So take out those guys. We start compacted steel. I'm not surprised I told you to go do it. That's a pretty obvious one. I, in fact, told you to go do that. Ooh, also, it's winter. Let's get the heaters on. So I just... Where was that heater I just saw there? There it is. Okay. So get all of the heaters on, please. At least the important ones. And also, we've got a vent going in here. We could punch in vents here. I don't specifically need them right now because these are not active bedrooms, but we may as well. We may as well put vents in there. And then that one heater should easily supply that entire quadrant there. How are we doing over here? Wow, we've already punched right through that. And there's some more steel. Good, mine that. And also put in a door over here. How are we doing on blocks? Still mostly just sandstone, so put in another sandstone door here. And then from here, go with the hidden lines right into this. Just punch right into there. Okay, so all of these are all set. And some of them have already been sewn. Whitehead, working on the kitty. Working on the kitty. Look at you, you have a 1 out of 3 guard thing now. You darn right, kitty's gonna guard. I would not mess with that thing. I wouldn't come anywhere near that thing. Did we run out of places to put weapons? I see we're... Well, we haven't really picked up a lot of things, have we? Did we even get to the gold over here? No, there's still 500 gold sitting out here. Reed, I know you're wicked sad and you're mining. Where are you mining? Yeah, you know what? Keep working on that, kid. That's a lot of steel. Reed's about to freak out. And we've made more chem fuel. Awesome. Have we gotten around to fueling the spaceship? Yes, and yes, but not this one. That's okay. And I don't really need to turn the lights on right there. I need advanced components. That's exactly... I need advanced components, and we can't really go anywhere. I mean, we can. I want to stress we could leave at any moment. The ship is ready to go. But I'd prefer not to burn this entire map. I think that's fair. I think if you're looking at the work that I've put into this, then I'm not just going to abandon this. I don't want to. I want to have a raiding party that goes out and gets stuff, and everyone else just kind of hangs out here and does their thing. Have we put the components into this? We have not. All right, I want to make sure we've got enough left over for that. This is coming along at some point. Nobody's actually done this. Are you not connected? You will be. You know what? You will be. There's power lines coming in at some point. You should be, actually. There's a line right there. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're trying to connect into this one. Okay, don't do that. Reconnect to the other one. There you go. Yeah. Don't be silly. Don't be a silly hydroponics thing. Now what? Keep Lisa going on stone blocks. I don't need a lot more right now, but we will in the future. In fact, let's bump up the marble. I just want her very hyper-focused on marble blocks, if only because we have so many marble chunks right now. So do like, do 50, and then that should clean out what's around the base. Yes, I do know that you can limit how far they will travel to get chunks. I am well aware of that. I don't. Just let them go wherever they want. It's good exercise. You go out 1.5 miles, you come back with a 50-pound stone chunk in your hands. That is some good leg work. Okay, that's really good leg work. You are working the entire lower half of your body there. And not a small amount of the upper half. I mean, you got to carry that stuff too. There's some shoulder work, probably some biceps in there. So that's a really good exercise for them, and I'm not going to deny them that. So if they want to walk halfway across the map to get a stone chunk, cool. Absolutely cool. Go ahead and do that, kid. Are you lumping stuff over here? Any components in there yet? No, you're just kind of... You did one thing, and then you just kind of gave up. Just gave up and had a snack instead. Neat. Now, McDowell/McDuck is working very, very hard down here. I don't even know what I need this space for. At this point, I've got extra bedrooms. I've got, like, the bot creation room. Could think about biotech stuff. Actually, seeing as I've got power running over here anyway, and I'm going to have extra power, probably time to start thinking about ripping the genetics out of people and then sort of redoing them somewhere else. Also think about putting in all of the hemogen stuff and death rest stuff for Mila. So Mila's got a way better bedroom right now. Where did I put your awesome bedroom? Mila? There you go, down here. All right. So Mila's got an awesome bedroom down here now. But it's also got room for other things. I should have just done the death rest casket. But you're also the royal, so you're going to want a really, really fancy bedroom. See, with this, I can make this a whole other room. She can sleep here for normalsies, and then when she wants death rest, we can build her an entire other room with the hemopump, the hemogen amplifier, etc., etc., etc. So this will leave a death rester in a hemogen amplified state, so they'll gain more hemogen from any source. Very, very fun. Speaking of which, we are sucking the blood out of Captain Kirk up here, right? How's the, yeah, why are we not turning things on? Somebody go turn things on. It's probably very cold. It's very cold in here. Kirk, if you want to switch the heater on, man, you can do that. You just go ahead and do that. Voltron, you're passing right by. Could you flick that switch on, please? Kirk is probably freezing. Are we getting other heaters turned on? Not as such. We're designating that for power. I don't have anyone on number 1 basic, so I'm not really super surprised by that. Hey, Kirk, we are sucking the blood out of you, right? Are you sad about that? You slept in the cold and you're in serious pain. No artificial enhancement. You stick around with me, kid. I will get you some. I assure you. How's your nonsense religion? Wow, you really don't believe in that Hominid Academy. Could you talk to Reed if you see him? Because you're really jumping on board the blood feeder thing. And you're like, yeah, you know what? Vampires, pretty cool. I mean, you have dementia, so you probably don't even know what you're agreeing to. You're just nodding and smiling, and you have no idea what's even going on around you. But if you could kind of talk to Reed and say, look, dude, I'm a prisoner and I think this stuff is awesome. You live here. Why don't you get on board with Drinking Blood and our vampire overlords? What can I prioritize now? This, again, going back to biotech, I kind of got distracted by death rest stuff. But we should think about researching basic genetics, like xenogenetics and that kind of thing. And then start, ripping the genes out of people and smashing them together into something awesome and then re-injecting them into people. It's a good time around here. So xenogenetics would give me, the basics that I need. The assembler, the bank, and the extractor. And again, we are learning microelectronics passively, and he's saying that to himself to avoid actually researching microelectronics. That's his little excuse for that. How are we doing on my geothermal, kids? We having a good time over here? Yeah, really not doing a lot of effort. Just not really putting in a whole lot of effort into that. This is looking good, though. That's a lot of good steel, nice and close by. I don't want to put any more hydroponics up until we actually have this put together. I want to make sure I've left myself enough. I mean, I have. There's 19 of these left, 19 components. I only need 8. So I've got a real working number here. I don't really need to wait for them to do that. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. We got some berries coming in there, and then the potatoes, 80% on those, 80%. Great. So we should still be able to get this in. If it doesn't get completely stupidly cold, we'll still be able to get those potatoes in. Whitehead, where are you going? Oh, you're putting stuff over here. Oh, no. Don't do that. Sorry. Just clear everything. Yeah, we're not actually going to put anything here right now. We will later. Don't worry. So just nothing lives over here. Thank you. Nothing at all lives over here. I'll figure out what we want later. It's going to be primarily meals and medicine and things you're going to want to take on a trip. Speaking of meals, did we research the Whoosy McWhatsit, the packaged meals? Yes, I did. Okay, why don't we get some of those in stock? So how about do that like 20 times, just to have a stockpile of them. And then I'll have something to put in the ship, is really the answer to that. I'll have something to put in the ship. And keep the murders going. There's a turkey there, there's a perfectly good tortoise, and oh wow, and a whole bunch of gazelles just popped in the door. Take out a few of those. Just keep food coming in at all times. Keep the meals going up. Where are we at on meals? Yeah, 78 on regular and 12 fine meals. Way better. Visitors. Might have a few items to trade. I don't suppose it's going to be 4 advanced components, is it? It probably won't be. I'm delusional with that. It will not be 4 advanced components. Hey, Mila, you want to go chit-chat to these guys? See what's going on? Monumental structure, you say. Advanced components? No. Okay. So you want us to make a thing. It's a big thing, too. Hi. What have you got? You got some medicine. I might take that off of you. That would not be the worst thing in the world. Oh, I have another basic subcore kicking around somewhere. You do have 5 regular components. I will buy those. And you know what? I'll buy your medicine, too. Do you have any good books? Ooh, reinforced barrel. I'm not into mortars right now, but when I am, I should get this. I should totally buy that. That's a lot of money. Do I have anything I can sell off? 912 pieces of gold. If I had 812 pieces of gold, would that be the worst thing? So if I said 100, I know this is dumb, but I'd like to not spend all of my money. So now I have 812 pieces of gold. That's still an exceptional amount of gold. I'm okay with this. And you know what? I'm going to start selling off some clothing because we can just easily make more of that. I'd like to walk away with a profit. There we go. Okay, so I got 164 coming to me. Anything else they want? You don't have any books. I don't really care about your flame bow. Oh, I got to get Scathe armed. Yeah, she dropped her weapon. So the revolver can go. We probably don't need that anymore. And that's about it. Actually, hang on. Ditch the ambrosia. And then 111. I keep my gold. I sell the ambrosia. That's a much smarter thing to be doing. Actually, I could jumpstart my packaged survival meals, but we'll make our own. All right, come back to me here. What's your thing? You want me to build a big old thing. Okay, and in return for that, you'll give me some money and a psychic insanity lance. Yeah, it's okay. That's fine. What's the distant map of Western Finnan? Ooh, it is in fact a map. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. One isolated drawing bears only a cryptic mark, a symbol of a moon. Aha. And they were a member of the Psych Slickers, who I believe are raiders / pirates. And we get a quest out of that. Interesting. I like the idea of that. Is Reed going to freak out? Reed's always freaking out. Manual on gunplay is shooting. No surprise there. Fundamentals of watermill generators. That's neat. We don't actually have any rivers, so that would be largely useless to us, frankly. Kind of thinking about the map. That's kind of neat. And 132 uranium. 109 jade. Psychic agony, is that Scathe? Yeah, Scathe does that like every week. It's fine. She'll be fine. Everyone just relax. She'll be. I don't even need to attend to this. This is a Scathe problem. She will be fine. She's probably already up. Like, oh, never mind. I just had a bit of a freak out because I'm stunningly beautiful. I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my god, I am stunningly beautiful. And then I just freaked out about how beautiful I was. I should be kept away from mirrors, which I probably would be, seeing as I'm in a vampire colony. I think there'd be very few mirrors around here. So that Scathe's fine. We're not worrying about Scathe. The money's nice, but it's not enough money to bother with a psychic insanity lance. I don't need watermill generators. Let's get the map. That sounds wicked neat. So go away. I'm sure Scathe's fine. More importantly, we got to deal with this. We do have to build this thing before we're going to get anything. So install this. It is a bigger thing. Let's park it out here. I know it needs to be protected, but I've never had a raid bother with any of these, unless it was accidentally, like getting shelled with mortars or something. Okay, so that's we just got a few more components. Let's put up a couple of other hydroponics. So go to that, and then I click on that one first so I can see the outline. It's instead of just going right to the hydroponics, now I can see the outline of it, so I know what is what. Put that, and then that one could live like right there. Ooh, I should put a heater up in here because they need good temperature. So let's put a heater up in that little corner there, and then these can all be rice for right now. I'll probably flip a few over to other things as we do. Lisa, what are you doing? You cutting stone blocks? That is so hype of you, kid. You're cooking. Reed, if you could stop freaking out and just go do this. So yeah, you're gonna do. No. Okay, you're. I told you to do the wrong thing. That one's on me, Reed. I'm sorry. That one was on me. Reed is in a daze. Yep. He was insulted. I would too. It was me, Reed. Actually, I'm the one who insulted you. Put this back here. That was actually me. Sorry, kid. Somebody will get to that at some point. Meal is still cooking. I actually wouldn't mind getting those packaged meals going. Yeah, see, this is what I was worried about. We're drawing a lot of power with that hydroponics. So let's make sure we get this geothermal. Oh, it is up and running. Cool. Is everything connected properly? So power... not as such, no. I'd like to connect A to B. So that geothermal is just powering these things. That's not as good as it might be. Let's get that to live right over there. Get that wired into the circuit. Those things are growing great. We're already getting rice. Rice is already coming in. Good job. Okay. What was I doing before Reed freaked out? Oh, the Hoosie McWhat's-it, the thingamajiggy here. Lisa, could you take a break from like literally everything and then go work on that marker? And then we can start to get that going. How many blocks have you put together? 238 marble blocks and a lot more marble chunks. So whatever this thing is, we'll make it out of marble. So dump that in and then place the blueprints for marble. There we go, marble. So they're going to make all of that out of marble. Some of these are coming together kind of now-ish. And we'll get... Yeah, we'll mix it up a little bit. We'll throw some potatoes in there, maybe some berries. Heel root. Heel root would be a great idea in there. Make sure we always have a source of medicine coming in, even if it's a small source. The bot's given up. Bot's like, yeah, I'm not into this, kid. And then let's... No, come back. Let's do heel root in there. And then this one could maybe be, I don't know, potatoes. And the other one could be berries. Sure, put some berries in here. Everyone likes a good berry. Strawberries. And then actually one for cotton. It's always a good idea to keep that coming in. All right. Reevaluate. Where am I at? I still don't have any more advanced components. We have gained 0 advanced components at this point. We need warm clothes. Do I have recurring bills set up in here? Yes. Yes, I do. We can get rid of that and that and that. And probably that thing. And yeah, that's fine. Parkas are going to come along. And I did just sell all of those clothes. That's why they're all zeros. I should have quantities of leather and cloth coming in, especially with all the murders we're doing. So let's keep that up. Reed'll hate it, but everyone else will be really cool with it. Kirk, how's your nonsense? Wow, you're just plummeting in your belief in the Hominid Academy. You're just like, wow, what was I thinking? That's the dumbest thing I ever thought of, this Hominid Academy nonsense. Speaking of which, Whitehead's ready to convert again. Thinking of doing another. What's the cooldown on the ritual? Because that's much longer. Yeah, 17 days. I gotta get Reed on board. He's very, very fussy. Also, I see there's walls we're not smoothing over here. Could we maybe get on that? We love smoothing walls. It's like our favoriteest thing is smoothing walls. So let's smooth walls there, and there, and there. And also, speaking of which, wait, who got converted? Oh, it's Kirk. Okay, yeah, Kirk's already on board. Like, this Hominid Academy thing, I am out. Can't believe they had me selling flowers in an airport, just like the cliche. Get all of that down to there. Okay. So now, Kirk, we're going to work on recruiting you. Try not to die or, like, lose all of your mental capacity. We're getting some blood out of you. One way or another, Kirk's worth it. One way or another, we're getting some hemogen out of you, and Mila kind of needs that sort of thing. Where is, wait, yeah, give me Scimitar Kitty, please. I want to make sure that you're fed at all times. Oh, yeah, you've eaten. Yeah, you got no problem finding food around here. How's your training going on, by the way? So, yeah, well, we're picking at it. You got an attack point. You're good on guarding. You're all set on guarding. You will guard. Are you bonded yet? So, how are you doing? Are you yeah, you're bonded to Whitehead. Neat. So, Whitehead, you live up here with Voltstron. I should get you guys a better bedroom. Do I have anything bigger for these guys? That's pretty much exactly the same thing, isn't it? I should get I should celebrate their wedding with a better bedroom. I think that would be nice for them. I could put you down here. All right, for right now, I'm gonna make. Wow, this is a bunk bedroom. We know how TV works though. Cool. All right, let's start the process of microelectronics and kind of go from there. Yeah, go ahead and confirm all of that. Whitehead, Voltron, I'm gonna move you guys because your bedroom's terrible. Reed. Okay, first things first, let's get heat and light, or not light, but heat put in here. So heat and then vents. Come on, vents here and here. Reed, I'm going to move you over here. So you go there. And then I'm going to take this bit out because it'll make it slightly larger. Don't worry about the marble chunks. Don't worry about the giant rocks on your floor. We're going to get that sorted, I assure you, kid. Do I have anything pretty I could make anything out of? No, because we blew that jade trying to make that nightstand for Mila, and it just didn't work out. We failed at that. An alarming amount of gold. I could make a gold nightstand for them. Mostly, I just want to make a place for Scimitar Kitty. So this is for Whitehead and Voltstron. So Whitehead and Voltstron, you live down here now. And then let's get... Do I have enough human leather to do this? No, it's heavy fur. Human leather. Yeah, 110 human leather. Let's make a kitty bed out of human leather, because that's fun. So a human leather animal bed is going to go right down in here, so you can sleep with the human that you're bonded to. And then let's just perk the place up a little bit with the usuals. We will do a end table here, and we'll get a bureau going on over here. Yeah, sorry guys, that's a terrible room. I just jammed you guys in there. That's on me. It'll be fine. You're gonna sleep with the Scimitar Kitty. It's gonna be fantastic. I love Scimitar Kitty. Scimitar Kitty's the best thing. Look at him sleeping over here in the hydroponics like it's nothing. Just having a little kitty snooze. Probably in the hydroponics tray, I have no doubt. This is almost tapped out. So I want to focus on maybe, again, getting some biotech stuff rolling here. So carve all of this stuff out and just make this room a little bit bigger. And then we can get into throwing some of the hydroponics stuff, not the hydroponics, the genetic stuff in there. We're going to start ripping people's genes apart. Area revealed. Yeah, I know, I just revealed it. Yeah, it's literally right there, McDowell. It's right there. It's the part I told you to mine. On that, by the way, speaking of mining, I've just put in a wall lamp there just to have you guys working a little faster. Volstron, guys, sorry, you probably want the dark lamp. Hang on, that's... No, not the end table. No. Yes. Change that to dark light, please. And then up here, Reed doesn't want that. So turn that back to normal light. Everyone is so fussy around here. That's probably an excellent place to call it on RimWorld for today. Do please keep the comments coming in. Let me know what you're thinking of this. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Yeah, I know your patience is wearing thin. My patience is wearing thin. I've killed a guy, and you walked in here in that shirt. What kind of umbrella is worth $1,600? Is it woven from unicorn tears? All right, is there an actual fire, or are you just telling me that fire is a thing that exists? Because I'm very familiar with that. Fire loves me, and it wants to be near me at all times. I know you're all saying to yourselves, you know, where on YouTube do I think I could find this? Where do I think I can find this? And you're going to say to yourself, Dave's probably streaming right now.